We back. Them brothers from Inglewood Podcast once again coming to you live and direct. We just want to say thanks for following us and chiming in when you do. We want to ask that you would like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications so that you'll know when the content hits. You'll be the first to tap in. We want to just say thanks for all of your support. We want to give a shout out to the Coalesce Group for everything that they've done with the Youth of America academic and vocational training programs that you have provided for young people worldwide. We just want to say thank you for all that you're doing to the educators, to the administrators, and all that makes the wheels turn. We want to also say thanks to Fruit Off the Vine Clothing Apparel for young girls, ladies, and women. We want to say thanks to Kristen Camille for the vision to dress and to clothe young people with a higher self-esteem and those things that will help them develop and shape their character. We want to say thank you to all the young people who are aspiring entrepreneurs that are trying to push forth their vision and the support of the parents who have allowed them to do so. So we just want to say thanks for everything that you're doing. Well, it's a great opportunity to come to you once again. We have a hot topic, but we also have two special guests in the studio. I'm Hoopy, your host, and I look forward to just kind of chopping it up with these fellas. And before I introduce them, I just want to introduce the topic. We will be having an interview based on some of the experiences and some of the things that are taking place in this young man's life at this present moment. So we got the voice of the Drew League, Mr. George. Some people call him Chick Hernandez, but we're excited about having my man in the studio. We got DH, a Los Angeles basketball legend. You know, we like to claim him because Inglewood, he's our own. So he's a Inglewood legend. You know, he's known for playing basketball, not just locally, but, you know, all across the country. He's been on different tours with some professional entertainers and singers. I remember when he got adopted to go across the country with New Edition. You know, New Edition was so hot, and Mike Bivens was so in love and enthroned with basketball. He came down to Rogers Park, saw this legend, and said, "Hey, I gotta have this guy." And we just appreciate everything he's done. He's also my best friend, and you know, we go way back. You know, rivals in basketball, but never rivals as friends. So I'm just thankful to have Mr. DH in the house. So I'm gonna let my man introduce himself, and then we just gonna chop it up and see what the show brings.
Voice of the Drew League, George Preciado. Been an announcer for the last 25 years. I've been a fan of the Drew League for 35 years. I'm a fanatic that turned into the voice of the Drew League.
Wow, that's what's up. To my man to the right of me, Mr. DH, say something to the people.
DH, what's going on, you guys out there?
Yeah, you know, I just kind of want to jump in, you know, with you, and just kind of, you know, a lot of people, they try to figure out, you know, how did you really get to this point of being one of the faces of the Drew League, and definitely the voice of the Drew League. You know, where you from, and where, you know, what's your educational background? Where'd you go to school and all that stuff?
Oh, it all started back in 1987. Was my first championship game I witnessed. DH, Russell Brown, and Cold as Ice was playing against Big C-Dub, Dwayne Allen.
Yeah.
That was my fondest memory of the Drew League.
Right.
I was 11 at the time. My brother, rest in peace, George Preciado, passed away 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
He was the one that introduced me to the game of basketball. We used to watch basketball, UNLV on Channel 56.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's way back.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't know nothing about Channel 56.
So, I love my brother for introducing me to the game of basketball. I wouldn't be here talking to you right now if it wasn't for him.
That's what's up. That's a shout out. Wow. Sorry about your loss. I lost my little brother back in 2003. And of course, DH, he lost his little brother just recently as well. So we definitely our heartfelt condolences for you and your family. That's always tough. The other thing is this: did you actually get a chance to play? Did you participate? Did you ever coach? Or were you just, because I know you're a historian of the game, so did you just turn into a student of the game from that point, or did you ever play on playgrounds? Or?
Well, it all started, once again, due to my brother, Preciado.
Okay.
He played for Dino Smiley at Russell.
Right.
And then my brother, Alfredo Preciado, also played for Dino.
Okay.
So he put our last name on the map. So
Gotcha.
my brother Javier Preciado was the first one to play for Fremont, first Mexican to play for Fremont.
Wow.
So he was so happy that he made the squad. He had the whole uniform on and walked from St. Pedro to 84th Street to the house. In full gear.
That's full uniform.
Full uniform.
Oh, he
bucket
was
and
proud.
all.
He was proud.
So,
yeah. That's killer right
So-
there. That's killer.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They put our name on the map. My
Okay.
cousin Jaime Preciado, he followed my brother Javier Preciado. He was the first player to play in the East-West Shrine game. First Mexican player to play in the East-West
Football?
Shrine. Yeah.
Wow.
Football. Out of Fremont. So
That's real.
He was All-American.
yeah, we was established at Fremont. They put our last name on the map.
Wow.
You know, and as far as me playing, I stopped playing in middle school.
Okay.
I played for Bobby Watson.
All right.
Played for the Watch Magicians.
B-Dub, yeah.
You know, New Edition Watch Magicians.
Yeah.
I actually got to play with Baron Davis when Baron was 6. I was
Okay.
11.
Okay.
And we could see he was going to have a bright future.
Okay.
And,
Wow. You saw him early.
Yeah, he was wearing us out at the age of 6, and we was like 5 to 6 years older than him.
Wow.
Wearing us out.
Wow.
Literally wearing us out.
Wow.
And I see
Wow.
I see that future in him. So as far as me, what I go through now in the Drew League, I live vicariously through the players. You know, get a chance to talk to DH every day.
Yeah.
Best friend.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like a dream come true.
Yeah.
It's a dream come true to be the voice of the Drew League. I never thought about it being an announcer, but I love announcers like Ben Scully, Chick Hearns, Dick
Yeah.
Enberg.
Yeah.
You know, the powerhouse announcers
Yeah.
come out here.
Yeah.
Ralph Lawler,
Yeah.
Bill Walton.
Yeah.
I always loved them.
Yeah.
And I was just going to ask Dina for a job in the community.
Right.
Not thinking, you know, I didn't get to play in high school.
Uh-huh.
You know, moving around. I was at El Camino College, El Camino High School, 10th grade. Then I went to Fremont, my 11th grade.
Uh-huh.
I ended up at Jeff, but ended up graduating with my cousin. That's a blessing,
Okay.
because I lost my cousin in 2014.
Oh, wow.
So
My
me and
condolences.
him got, that was one of my greatest moments of all time.
Right. Got a chance to
Graduated
finish
with
up
my
with
younger
him.
cousin,
Yeah.
Maxine. So
Yeah. Wow.
that led me to ask Dino for a job. So I'm thinking I was just gonna try to get a job at a supermarket or at the park with him. And then he asked me to be the voice of the Drew League.
Wow.
And it spooked me, to be honest. It spooked me.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
because I've been a fan of the Drew League
Yeah.
for 35 years.
Yeah.
Seeing Still Bill do his thing.
Yeah.
The original voice of the Drew League.
Yeah.
Still
yeah.
Bill.
Still Bill.
Yeah.
I saw him yesterday. Got
Yeah,
a
that was
chance
beautiful.
to shake his hand. Yeah. Hadn't seen him in a while.
That's my
Wow.
come up in the
Yeah.
Drew League.
That's some real history because obviously you're natural. I got somewhat of a background in communications, and it doesn't necessarily mean anything to go to school for it because there's a lot of things they can't teach you.
Yeah.
And what I've noticed about you was, number one, you're passionate about what you do, and you're knowledgeable about what you say, but at the same time, your personality and your relationships have allowed us to receive what you say, because we know you are a professional, we know this is your job, but yet if a dude ain't playing good, he ain't playing good.
Oh yeah.
And you don't pull no cords on that. You flow with it, and it's natural.
Right.
And that's what I love about it, because even when I would play, spot ear here, spot ear there, it was always that same rhythm. You know, you just got better and better and better. You never missed a beat. But what was so natural to me was how you're able to, and like all other great, commentators, how you're able to, the timing of it, bro. It's like, it's unscripted.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's what I tell them. I said, I can't sit around. A lot of players ask me for nicknames. And I can't sit around and be like, think of a nickname for you. It's got to be spontaneous. It's got to be organic.
Right.
There's some fans that ask me for a nickname. I said, how the hell am I going to give you a nickname?
Right.
And you're a fan.
You're a fan.
You're a fan. And it's crazy, It's crazy,
I get it.
because I love it. I'm passionate about it. Because I look at y'all the OGs of the game.
Yeah.
And then the young up and coming, the future.
Yeah.
If I let them down and I don't get on these NBA players,
Yeah.
y'all gonna let me know about it.
Yeah.
So we got a Truck of the Year award. And Taylor Horton Tucker won it last year. And,
Really?
He had 15 looks. Only had 3 points on 15 looks.
Wow.
So I told him, I said, you about to get the Truck of the Year award. He asked me, what does that mean? And I told him, I said, the worst NBA player to play in the Drew League for the year.
Right.
And we have 5 players from the Lakers that won Truck of the Year. We got a starting 5.
Really?
Yeah.
From the Lakers?
From the Lakers.
Wow.
Yeah. Joe Smith. Got Jordan Clarkson, Taylor Horton Tucker. And, we got my boy Steve Blake.
So they came up there and stunk it up.
Stunk it up.
And like.
And let's not forget about Shannon Brown.
Oh wow.
Shannon Brown.
AKA Chris Brown.
AKA Chris Brown.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he stunk it up.
Because Shannon Brown is from the Midwest,
So
and he stunk it up.
Stunk it up. So we got a strong 5.
I got you.
It's a total of about almost like 14 trucks that play.
Well, see, that's what I'm talking about. You don't pull no favorites. You don't pull no cards. It is what it is.
Yes.
And you're sitting there evaluating this, and a lot of people thinking, oh, he's just a commentator. No, this guy knows what he's looking at.
Yeah.
This guy is not just sitting here with a great voice. You engage us. And that's what
he breaks down everything. Life, sports,
exactly.
Whatever you want.
Exactly. And that's what I liked about it, because the last game yesterday was horrible.
Yes.
And the only reason why we stuck around is because you were still working.
Yes.
And it took our mind away from how horrible it was, and then we looked up DH, and they caught up.
Right.
The other team caught up.
Oh, no doubt.
So you took our minds off of this disaster.
Horrible, right.
It was horrible. And then we look up, and they didn't caught up. So now it's a contest again. But I say that to say it's a contribution to the gift that you have and the ability for you to engage us. People came to see the Lakers, but they also wanted to hear, those announcers, and then people that was watching, when we were watching TV, we wanted to hear Chick.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I'm saying? He helped us engage. So, the other thing is, how does this look? How does this translate for you? By being the voice of the Drew League, do you get any other offers and attention? Work contracts to do other events?
I've done Red Bull. I did a voiceover for Red Bull.
Okay.
They had started 3-on-3 in the Olympics. So they wanted me to do a voiceover for them.
Okay.
I'm currently the voice of J-Town, helping out Big Bro POD.
Yeah. Coach Chris.
Yes.
My guy.
And I want to do high schools that don't get that attention.
Oh.
I've done games for Fremont for free.
Okay.
Well,
that's home for you.
Yeah, that's hometown. So they get it off the top.
Yeah.
But as far as everything else, they always tell me, you don't never think about going pro, like going to college or going to NBA. I said, no, I made it already.
Right.
You know,
That's
I
love.
made it already. I found my purpose.
That's love.
You know,
That's love.
because if I feel like I get to the NBA or college, I'll get watered down.
I got you.
I don't want to be watered down.
Right. They'll take away your individuality.
Yeah.
They'll take away what makes you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They'll
control that. Right.
Yeah, I don't want to be no cookie cutter announcer.
I got you.
I don't want you. When I announce, I don't want you to be like, oh, I know what he gonna say.
Right.
You know, I want
It's
to
scripted.
Yeah.
You want to be yourself.
Yeah.
Like any artist.
Yeah.
Because I think what you do is obviously it's a gift that you're able to communicate and enunciate. Words. That we understand, but it's also a craft that you've developed over time. That the time it's like a comic. You have this timing that it's essential. Just like when you was hooping, like when we was coming up, DH was really athletic, but you would never know it until he had to do something in that position.
Oh, yeah.
So he was so finesseful and smooth. He made certain things look. It was normal for him.
Natural.
It was natural because he would finger roll the ball in traffic, and you don't finger roll the ball in traffic. You use the window.
Yeah.
But he so it kind of reminds me when you're communicating, it helps me see guys' game. It really helps me focus in on, okay, I see how he's paralleling this communication to this guy's game.
It's like storytelling, because as a commentator, you really have to sell a story, though. Even though you're commentating the game, there comes a point that you got to sell a story so people can visualize that.
Yeah.
That's what you getting at and talking about.
Exactly. So, in your experience, and you've seen the Drew League in its embryo stage. Pretty much you saw it as it started to really climb, right? So, what do you think has been the fingerprint for the Drew League on the West Coast as opposed to being Northern basketball or even East Coast basketball? How have we gotten ourselves in the conversation?
Because we play the purest form of basketball. Kobe was asked, what league did he have the most fun playing in his NBA career over the years that he played? And he said by far it was the Drew.
I think I saw his interview.
And Steven Jackson said, quoted,
Yeah.
he said in the Drew documentary, your career is not complete if you don't play in the Drew.
Wow.
These are NBA players.
Right.
Want to win championships in the Drew League.
Right.
These are NBA players that are willing to sacrifice.
And they're active. They're
Yeah,
still
they're
playing.
It's just a case in point. Matt Barnes, when we had the big payback, he called Dino up and was like, I want to play. I want to play so bad. and he never really played in our league.
No, I don't remember.
He never played in our league, but he always supported the league.
Right.
So when he heard that we was going to play Berry Farms out here at Long Beach for the big payback, he said he wanted to be a part of it.
Wow, for sure.
So he's like, I don't care how many minutes I get, I just want to stick KD.
Wow. I think his nature of play fits.
Oh yeah,
the Drew. A lot of people look at Matt Barnes because he's this handsome guy. He's from up north.
Yeah.
But he really got a lot of relatives here, especially in the IE.
Oh yeah.
But to me, he's that fabric type of player for the Drew.
Oh, he's cut from that cloth.
I totally agree. The other thing is, I don't want to get away from this. Has the Drew League influenced college? We know it influenced high school because high school guys have. Dino, for some reason, he's always had a high school team in the Drew. I remember the Fremont players used to be in there originally, and then he incorporated Westchester. and then he sprinkled in guys over the years. So how has the Drew League influenced college and NBA basketball?
I tell you like this, its influence, the Drew League influence is so powerful that I've done high school games, challenges where it was the Russell Westbrook Take Flight Challenge. And a lot of these kids, they were more happy and ready to play in the Drew League than to go to college and play in college.
Really?
Yeah. They was asking me for nicknames already. Case in point, I got Triple J, Jaime Jaquez Jr.
Yeah.
I did his games when he was in high school.
Okay.
And he told me I can't wait to play in the Drew. He was more pumped up to play in the Drew than to go to UCLA.
Well, when I always knew about the Drew, but I didn't get to see the Drew until he started playing. And was you your senior year or first year out of high school?
Yeah, 84.
Yeah. That was our senior year.
Junior year.
Our junior year. So I'm like, this dude down here playing with men.
Yeah.
But he was always playing with men.
Oh, yeah.
When we was at Rogers, because, DH was already like 6 feet. And, in junior high school, that was big.
Yeah, that's big.
But he was a guard. He wasn't no down low, which he did dominate down low, but he was a guard, right? So we like, you playing where? But he was already conditioned for that because the pros would let him play at Rogers. We in 8th grade. We're in the 8th and 9th grade, and this dude is playing, and they got him at shooting guard because they like, hey, when we kick it, you just shoot it, right? I'm just being 100.
Yeah.
And I'm looking up. He on the floor with Russell Brown. Now these is grown men, dude. These dudes are already in summer leagues. They're already overseas, and he's out there playing with them. So when we find out that he's playing in the Drew, we like, this dude arrived.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when we went away to college, I went away to Utah. And so now I'm really hearing this summer league is cracking, right? But we aspiring to play in the college program. All the guys are there. But even it wasn't like the Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Because the same dudes that was playing, the real dudes that was playing in the college, they was playing in the Drew. Right. Big John, Iceman Reynolds, my man Will Alexander, Joe Barry. Them dudes was playing, that's where they wanted to play at. Because these dudes were collegians. We were all collegians at that time. But, man, these dudes already had their eye on the prize. Mm-hmm. It was like, if I can play here, I got action.
To go anywhere.
Yeah. So, that being said, we have become, on the West Coast, respected. Because now when guys from the West Coast go to the show, they always refer, I got better when I played in the Drew.
No doubt.
Right?
No doubt.
I got better when I started going up against these guys at the Drew.
No doubt.
It was no longer Rucker. No disrespect to New York Rucker, but they had their time, their era. They produced a lot of great players. We know that. But when you come on this end, it's the Drew.
Right.
It's strictly the Drew. The other thing is this, and I don't want to forget this one. I think this is important. What does it mean for people locally and nationally to recognize you as the voice of the Drew League? What does that mean when people see? Because I already knew, but a lot of people heard of you. But when Nike and the other, I think you guys are with Adidas now, right?
Yeah, we do.
So now they started streaming everything. Mm-hmm. They started, people started taping on their phones and posting it when Kobe and those guys was coming to Washington Park.
Yeah.
And even we got footage from the small gym, Drew Middle School. Now, how does that feel? And I know how you are, but the people don't. But how does that feel when people recognize, they know, well, that's him.
Man.
That's him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
because you go to a lot of venues.
Yeah,
exactly. You go to a lot of venues. Now people of different nationalities, they're not just us. They're not just Spanish. They're Caucasian. They're Jewish. They're Asian.
Yeah.
And they're saying, that's him.
It means the world to me. It means the world to me.
Wow.
I seen Flea at the Laker game. And I hollered at him. I said, Flea. And he looked at me, he was like, oh, the voice of the Drew League.
That's love.
And that's love right there.
That's love. That's
when,
love.
When Baron Davis blessed us with the documentary, it was a family that came down from Texas. He said, we're here just to watch you. Can you take a picture with my son?
Wow.
That hit me.
That's humbling.
Yeah,
Right.
That humbled me right there.
Wow.
When we had the screening, I had just lost my cousin.
Wow.
And Dominique and BD put my cousin on the screen.
Wow.
You know, and my cousin always loved movies.
Wow.
You know, it would have been beautiful if my cousin had seen himself on the big screen.
Wow. That's love.
That's love.
That's love. That's much respect. And again,
Shout out to BD though in that documentary too though.
Much love, BD.
yeah, no question. And you know, BD is a guy I watched. I heard his name so much because I was training athletes, but I hadn't really started, coaching AAU at that point. I think I developed like a year later or whatever. But hearing Baron and seeing that he had a maturation process. He was a little dude.
Oh yeah.
And he was a really little dude for a long time.
Yeah.
And he wasn't as strong as the Kenny Bruners. You know, Kenny Bruner was like he was just a little man.
Yeah.
But he was skilled. He was so much. I think him and Beam were just super skilled. But just seeing Baron's humble beginnings, you know, he's from South Central. He cut his teeth right there where it meant something. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't this guy that just started off in a suburban area and goes to this great. No, he started from the ground up. So for him to come back and give back in that capacity, kudos to him. Some of the referees that you watched cut their teeth.
Oh yeah.
At the Drew, and even you when you were playing, because we were playing in the field leagues,
Right.
Like Gary
Washington.
You know, he and the young lady who was the first African American female ref, Palmer. We were playing in leagues
Oh yeah.
when they were reffing, fast break league and things like that.
League.
Yeah.
Right.
So, what does that mean for you to be a part of their humble beginnings? I mean, think about it. You were there, you know.
It's special. It's special. I have a special bond with the referees that started at the Drew League, now made it to the NBA. We have a total of 9 referees that started at the Drew League and made it to the NBA.
Wow.
And it's so special because I feel like I'm the 4th official. And they told me that.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
G, you help us out. You know, and I said we're a team.
Yeah.
We help each other out.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it starts from the top.
Yeah.
KC is in charge of the officials at the Drew League.
Yeah.
And it feels good that I can talk to them and I can relate to what they're going through.
Yeah.
Justin Van Dyne, he just sent me some tickets this year to go watch the Laker game. Me and DH went up there.
Okay.
Dudes, they're so cool, man. The NBA officials.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm in the process of collecting their jerseys.
Oh.
So I got KC. I got JT Orr.
Yeah.
I got Violet Palmer.
Okay.
So I'm collecting their jerseys.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Benny Adams.
Yeah. I mean, you to me, you're a vital part of their maturation process and their success, and I'm sure they feel the same way. Just seeing their humble beginnings. I think the last thing I want to ask is, where do you go from here? do you see yourself probably getting into situations where you may do commercials, you may do voiceovers, you may, like you said earlier, you love to work with some more high schools and give back in that way. What if a young kid, and I know this is kind of two-part, I'll let you answer the first one. Where do you go from here?
Well, I feel like,
because you're still young. It's not like you're trying to exit. I'm just saying, is there, do you have another vision to, that's an addition to what you're doing?
Well, right now I'm just solely focused on Drew.
All right. Okay.
I put in 25 years.
Yeah, it's a long time.
God willing, I want to put another 25 in.
Gotcha.
Show them what 25 years get you.
25 years got me right there. Married to the Drew League. Been married to the Drew League for
No
the last
question.
25 years.
First edition. That's first year they start giving rings.
Yes, it is.
Used to just give you gear.
Yeah.
That was the motivation. Now it's about that jewelry.
Yeah, now it's about the jewelry.
Wow.
People for Craig Shelley taking care of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to him. What about my man? You can never forget about rest in peace, Hank.
Oh yeah.
He was a great addition to a lot of the things that from my perspective when things kind of got thin, he was kind of there to be a financial resource, at times for the Drew and for Dino and his wife. Now Chantel, she's Chanel. I'm sorry, Chanel is running it, along with her dad and everything. What if a kid? I think this will be my last question, and I'll just kind of let you guys close out. What if a young person that says, "Man, I've been following you. I love what you do. I want to be a commentator one day like you. How do I go about doing that? And do you see yourself as a figure, as a person that could pour into young aspiring broadcasters?" Because that's what we did as athletes, and I'm sure you did too as an athlete, and then now you're in this aspect of your career. What would you say to that if a young person came to you and said, "Hey, can you give me some pointers? How can I develop my career?"
I'm telling them like this. I'm gonna tell them they gotta come from the heart. Try not to sound redundant. Best thing I could tell them is like, if me, you, and DH are watching the game, it's something that you would say with your boys. Just use that on the mic.
Yeah.
That'll be more authentic.
Right. Right.
Cause if we could have each other laughing,
Yeah.
imagine when you say that on the mic,
Yeah.
So now, just be yourself.
Yeah.
Be yourself. Try not to be like nobody else.
Yeah.
And compliment the ones that are here before you.
Yeah.
Pay homage to the ones that are here before you.
Yeah.
But be yourself.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
yourself.
That's what's up. I know that in everything that we do, we have to work at it. We gotta put time in. We want to develop. I think by you sharing your history, and if I have a takeaway from this conversation, I'm saying that your passion and your closeness to this game propelled you into a destiny that you probably wasn't even thinking about. When you went to Dino for a job, you wasn't thinking, okay, he gonna give me a job to commentate.
Yeah.
But it was obviously he saw what was in you. Probably a lot of people did too. And then your voice alone, people don't understand, your voice and the diction and things like that means a lot, especially in this business. So Dino saw what was in you before you recognized it yourself, but getting into that seat and on that platform, you just took off, you know. And I appreciate that, you know, consistency and the longevity, because a lot of dudes, I was just telling DH yesterday, man, a lot of dudes don't have, they just don't have that natural
motor.
Yeah, you know, and you know, man, I appreciate you coming in to just share that. And you know, DH, if you want to close out with anything, and you want to, you know, close out and say something before, you know, we shut down, that'd be great.
No, I appreciate you bringing us down.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's my pleasure. What about you, DH? You good?
Yeah, I'm
You
good.
straight?
I'm wood.
Yeah.
Shout out to Inglewood's finest Hall of Famer, Double P in the building.
No question. No questions. Been a lot of great ones that come out of South Central period. You know, and I want to say thanks to all of you who have supported and, you know, liked, shared, and subscribed. We want to ask that you would continue to do so. Share the content with some people. Let them know that we'll have some fresh interviews and some hot topics that I think will be interesting. We're going to try and get a couple other guys back into the studio and see where it goes from there. But again, thanks to the voice of the Drew League. He's an accomplished commentator, and I tell you, he is just a remarkable addition to that entire culture. I got a chance to go recently, and I tell you, it was altogether the difference just hearing this brother share. So we want to say thanks again. The car has come to a stop. We appreciate you for taking a ride with us. See you again. Peace.